Alright guys, so it's an update video on the Bane's bag holding. Added a lot of quality of life improvements, fixed a little bit of bugs, and some other really cool things. So I'll try not to be incoherent, but if I am, sorry. So if I open the party sheet here, as you can see, this is actually my 2E game. You'll see this is my Carouse extension at the top that I have. I'll plug that. A lot of fun. You should go buy it. So if I click on cargo, you'll see that my party has been using this. This extension, the 5E extension that you may have already purchased, is also going to open up inside 2E and inside CnC, which is Castles and Crusades. So the reason it's those three is because the host side of the party sheet is configured the same, and I was able to get it all to work on that. I'm going to try to get it working on Pathfinder, and as well as some of the other rule sets. I have a version for Old School Essentials already out on the Forge. I'm just waiting to update it, so there'll be that one as well. So it'll be work for Old School Essentials and Swords and Wizardry. So, but I'm going to try to get this 5E one working with Pathfinder as well. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so a couple things I added. So the first thing I added, when the player highlights this box, you can see it kind of grays out and turns italics. So it kind of, as soon as they make it in focus, it does that, and it goes out of focus, it goes back to bold. So that kind of lets them know that they're now on that box and they're about to update it. So that was the request I had. So the second request I had was this little token down here where it says container. So I can go to doer here, I can delete that, and then I could go to NPC record. And the reason I'm going to use an NPC is because, let's say the party had 4 mules, and you could basically just drag the mule and figure out, it's another way to organize the party. So, Char's on this mule, and Alari's on Fred, and Guido's on Stan. And if Stan falls off the cliff, Guido loses all his money, I guess. Okay, so it was a request, so you don't have to use it. You can if you want, but if you want to, you just can take an NPC link and drop it on there, and it'll fill it in for you. Okay, you could also, you should also be able to just take an asset here, go to tokens, and we can take the chicken, and that should work. Oh no, it's going to want an NPC, so you'll have to find an NPC over here to do it. Okay, maybe I'll open it up so you can just drag an asset later. Sometimes I make these videos and I'm not quite sure what I did, so I say, hey, I wonder if this will work. So, and it did. So anyways, so it's just informational, it's not linked to anything. All right, so that's something I added. So I think maybe we talked about tender last time, but if not, I added a tender. So this tender person is kind of like your hireling or whichever player has the character sheet that's kind of in charge of your gear. So this is kind of like a GM helper kind of guy. And so whoever you put right here, they can actually update locations on all of this. Okay, so the GM doesn't have to do it. So if you have packs organized on your various mules or whatever, they can go in there and put like, Sally, and then they can go Sally, Sally, and you can see it actually organizes it by the location first and then the name second. So that's really convenient. You can quickly see what's on what pack mule, which is one look, right? Okay, works just like your inventory side of your party sheet. So that's if your party has like a bunch of mules, right? If they have 1 mule, no big deal, you put the mule here. If they have a bunch of mules, you can organize them up here. These guys are using a Lehman's Desirable Residence that they got, and so everything's inside their hut, okay? And I just put it there just because I'm kind of, it's an empty asset, so I filled it. Not that I needed to. Okay, so the other thing I did was I added a second bag, okay, and it's editable. So I can actually go in here, and the player can do this too. So whoever token gets dropped here actually owns everything here and everything here. So they can actually update this bag of holding. And so I can actually type in a portable hole, right? Maybe it's a portable hole. And the other thing I did was I actually added a link here. And so you can take that link and drag it on your hotbar. You see I already dragged the bag of holding here, and it's actually the one that's owned by Dervin. So this is Dervin's bag of holders. So if you're playing Dervin or your character is, you can actually, especially just a new window for you. So you can have your character sheet, you can have your bag of holding, drag it onto your hotbar, and then Dervin can manipulate everything inside this bag of holding, and it's separate from your character sheet. So it's just kind of neat. It's kind of cool, right? It has its own weight. His weight limit's 500, so tracks all that. So kind of neat, right? Anyways, so I think that's it. I did add some scroll bars. I put one on here too, so you don't have to make this that big. I added a scroll bar here, added a scroll bar there, just to make things a little bit easier. If you have some more suggestions, then I definitely want to hear them and how I can make it better. One thing I want to point out, if you have an issue where a player loses control and can't seem to update that field, then maybe just refresh, click this to delete the player, right? And then just go back to the character sheet. I'm really tired. I drove in from Dallas today. So you go to the character sheet, and who the hell is this? This is Doer. He's dead. He's a skull guy now. Oh, there he is. And you just re-drag him on there. Okay, make sure you drag it from the token, and that'll relink him to here. We noticed a little glitch. It was a little connection glitch almost, and it somehow caused a couple of players, just 2 players, to lose control of their field. And it was kind of weird. So all I did was I just reset it and it set it back up. Okay. So if you see any issues, just let me know. If you find out that one player somehow has control of every field, let me know that, and try to let me know how maybe you drug his token on this one and somehow it gave him control of something maybe he wasn't supposed to have control of. Just try to let me know as much detail as possible so I can see what I did wrong, or because that's not what the intent was. Maybe it works out for you that way, but that wasn't my intent. So anyways, thanks.